Hey yo guys, what's happening? It's your boy Rain TJ, and before we get into this new season of Just a Thought, you gotta go follow me on Instagram. Alright guys, so how are you? I don't know if you've noticed, but every season is actually 12 episodes. And this season, I want to talk to you about living in the Caribbean. See, some of my friends have told me that, people would want to hear about what it is to live in 5 countries. And yeah, I figure for this season, for these next 12 episodes of Just a Thought, the final season before hitting the first year, I figured I'll start diving into more serious thoughts that I've had, stuff that I've been holding off for the past year, and speak more about what it is to live in 5 countries. So first of all, in comparison with Trinidad mostly, and other Caribbean islands, like in Montserrat and Jamaica, and well, pretty much most Caribbean islands actually. I'd like to say all, but I haven't been to all, so I can't say all. But I've been to a good bit, and they've all had this. See, the public transportation system in the Caribbean compared to that of here in Philly in Pennsylvania, it's very different. In America, you have one bus every hour. I actually gotta head out soon to not miss one bus an hour. And then the subway is like one every 12 minutes. The train is also like one an hour. Now, if you're trying to commute to work, you could miss the subway of no fault to your own. Like, you could be walking there very briskly. You could have left home early, but if the subway conductor decides to leave the station 2 minutes early, you'd have to wait another 10 minutes for the next subway. But within that 10 minutes, that 1 hour bus that you needed to catch, or that 1 an hour bus you needed to catch, is gone. Now, because one person left their station 2 minutes early, you, the passenger, you, the member of the public, will now end up over an hour late to your destination. That's crazy. In the Caribbean, it's like this. Well, especially in Trinidad, there are these things called maxis. They're like smaller buses, but well, they have different sizes. But the bus that here in America, those buses in Trinidad are more for like elders or students, and they get these bus passes and they ride the buses using the bus passes. Students in need, of course, and it's much slower. It's yeah, one an hour makes sense. Of course, it's gonna be slower and whatnot. And then there's the priority bus route. Well, those buses still go on the priority bus route, but the priority bus route is literally that. It is a prioritized highway for the buses or for anyone who has clearance to use such road. And then there's the highway where buses go on differently. Here, buses go on the highway as well. They drive on any roads as well. In the Caribbean, they have their own specific highway. Well, in Trinidad, they have their own specific highway for that. And these maxis, you go outside and you don't see one in 5, 10 minutes. You're wondering what? Because they're passing constantly passing. And that's what I grew up on. You want to go to work for 8 o'clock. You hop outside 7 o'clock. You see a maxi, you go. Here, you'd have to leave like 6:30 to make sure you get to the bus stop early, because that's the only bus stop in an hour. And the more I experience it, is the less it makes sense to me, and it's the more I wonder, like, how and why can this be a system? It proves to me, or it shows me, at least someone who thinks about these things, that the people in charge of creating these systems and managing these sort of networks, either either they do it this way to intentionally benefit them and somehow, or to intentionally hinder someone else, or they are just simply so far removed from what it is to have to take the public transportation to not understand that that 1 an hour system just doesn't work. How about smaller buses to hold less people? Because yes, it's the suburbs, not everybody gonna take the bus. But how about smaller buses, but they pass more frequently, you know? Or how about at least an extra bus so you do one every 30 minutes, not 1 an hour? Or how about we create a system? Now, this is where I think the future might come in. I think there should be a system, or there will be a system, where the buses, the subways, and the trains, and all other forms of public transportation will be connected, like will be on one grid system where every bus driver can see or tell where the train is without radioing a station. Or every subway or train conductor can do the same for the bus. And this system, hopefully, will allow passengers who may have missed a bus to not miss the next one. Because, okay, so as a bus driver, I would know, oh, the subway left earlier than it was supposed to, which means there might be people who missed it. I should stay here until my time. I shouldn't just leave because I think I'm ready. Oh, I don't think no one's coming. Let me go. Like, the system here can't allow that. It just can't allow that, because you're truly jeopardizing someone else. If you leave just 1 minute, 2 minutes early as a subway or bus driver, you could truly jeopardize someone else. And if they get to work late 1, 2, 3, 4 many times, they could lose their job for something that's far out of their control. Like, what is the reasoning behind setting up a system in such a way? It cannot be, oh, because most people here have vehicles. It can't just be that alone. Like, nah, can't just be that alone. If so be the case, just get smaller buses. Like, I don't understand. They have some really big buses that are never full. Why? You know, so that's something I think about a lot. And I think about the future of transportation, public transportation, private transport. It doesn't matter, just transportation on the whole. One, I think public transportation within a community, within a society, should be free. Trains, subways, passenger carriages like that. I believe we can find a way in the near future to minimize its expense, its costs, whether it be financial or environmental costs, and allow people to ride these things for free. Because that should be an amenity that the people get, right? I don't know. I think about it all the time. It just doesn't make sense how the system here is set up. But it's just a thought with Ray and TJ. Hit me up in the comments, hit me up in the DMs, voice notes, whatever, however you want to communicate. And let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on it? What are the plights or troubles you have faced trying to use the public transportation system when there's only 1 an hour? That doesn't make no sense to me at all. You could do a lot in an hour, but hey. And before I go, I also want to say I just dropped my first music video last week, and at the time of this recording, I had like 1,400 views. I just want to say thank you all. Thank you for everyone who's commented, for everyone who's hit me up personally. Thank you all. The feedback is great. The feedback is inspirational, phenomenal. All that. I feel very inspired to keep going and making more videos, because I did that last one on my own and turned out better than I thought. So thank you all. Have a great day. It's just a thought with Ray and TJ. Bye, everybody.